And there is such a feeling, and most certainly the impression of a heart, like a heart that's traveling, and behind it, it has like the impressions of the heart behind it, if you can imagine that has come in from the time we were saying the sacred names. And so this feeling of just profound, divine, sacred, holy love is what's emanating in this eternal now. So we take a moment here now, and let's see in our spiritual eye the symbol of a heart in its most perfect form. For indeed, this is a universal image. The heart, the gateway to the inner sanctum. And so as we remember that each and every sacred in-breath and out-breath is loving and holy and sacred, there is an entryway into this heart that has come in this now, a heart that is multiplicable, for it comes as a perfect heart, but yet behind it, it travels throughout the entire cosmos. And so it imprints upon everything, everywhere. And so we bring our attention and intention to our own home. On the physical level, we take a moment to realize its power, its purpose, and its mission. To pump the life force of the sacred blood through our organism that we have taken on, being here in this world. And it also serves as the gateway that we can physically put our attention and intention into this chakra that is in our physical chest. And from all the sages of the past, all the holy ones and the great saints, they refer to this area, to this chakra, as divine and sacred. Indeed, the portal to one's own spark of light. Indeed, the true tabernacle that holds the sacred of the sacred of the inner sanctum. And so our breath, the inhalation and the exhalation, is sacred in its rhythm and movement, as it now brings us into a zone frequency of the energy of this emanating divine sacred symbol. Indeed, the Sacred Heart is spoken of not only upon this life or form, but in many other lives and forms. It is the one consistent thing through all incarnations, through all multidimensional expressions, through all timelines. That spark that is within the Sacred Heart. It is, beloveds, the Sacred Heart that now comes forward. The Sacred Heart that holds the encompassing of compassion, of unconditional love, the higher frequency of the upper worlds, the paradise worlds, the Shambhala worlds, the crystalline worlds. It is indeed, beloveds, the Sacred Heart is the gateway to the higher consciousness of the radiance of the beloved, the sacred creators, the sacred creatrix, all coming from the heart of the divine. With each and every sacred in-breath and out-breath, our intention is to align our heart in all of its expressions, to pay attention to it even in its physical form and in its esoteric presence, to breathe in the sacredness of the illumination flame. It is the flame that resides in the inner sanctum of your heart. But there is an illumination flame that exists throughout all of creation in the highest frequency of unconditional love and compassion, in all of what love is, in joy, kindness, tolerance, and the many attributes of bringing perfect balance and peace. We call upon the children of light upon the earth who have not forgotten to now bring forth through their intentions, their thoughts, and their actions the higher frequency of the Sacred Heart, to bring forth in the fullness, in the time of now, the inner sanctum of that illumination flame. In that illumination flame, that the children of light come together to spark in its luminosity and radiance upon the earth, to burn away all darkness, all miscreations, all distortion, all lower frequencies not in the highest alignment with the ascended realms of light, but burn this illumination flame radiantly and constantly. But we say to you, beloveds, this illumination flame exists in the earth. The illumination flame is simply waiting in the frequency of the three density for the children of light that hold this flame within their hearts to activate it within themselves and activate it within each others, and thereby activate it into the human consciousness in the re-remembering of this illumination flame. So we come together now within our hearts and see clearly as well this illumination flame presence is now than ever, bringing illuminosity and the re-remembering and the bringing forth the higher vision and understanding of what it is and who we are and why we are here. It is the illumination of burning away ignorance. So as we see the illumination flame in front of us in its most radiant, organic movement, and within this flame that is golden and white in color, beyond what earth can imagine. For it is indeed divine and sacred. Now, as we look at this illumination flame in front of us, it anchors here with love unconditionally to each individual. Our breath becomes sacred with each inhalation and exhalation as its beam, energy, foods, and love bathe over us. It is as if we are bathing in the most brilliant, radiant sun. And in this bathing, in this proximity of this frequency of high radiant light, come love unconditionally. It is as if we can sunbathe, bring it into all parts of our beingness, into the physical, the mental, and the emotional, for it beckons us to completely surrender to its love and its light. And so easily, we feel the loving energy holding us, embracing us, this sacred holy communion. And we bathe the radiance of this radiant light that comes from the highest of the celestial realms of light, coming in to ignite the flame that we all hold individually and as a collective. And indeed, beloveds, we say to you that this flame is in each and every human. And although this flame can be very, very small, almost to the point of it being snuffed out, it cannot be. Because there are those in the humanity that hold their flame bright. And so in the collective of your humanity, beloveds, this flame exists and it radiates. And so the flame has always been kept alive from the children of light upon the earth, generation after generation after generation, to keep the portals of light, to keep the gateways open for the higher worlds and for this world to interchange, exchange. And so indeed it is this illumination flame that holds heaven on earth, that opens the gateway as Jacob's ladder for the interdimensional exchange, wisdom, communication, and guidance. It is through the illumination flame, the radiant flame, the one flame, encompassing, radiating its brilliance like a sun. And so we breathe the sacred in-breath and out-breath, very much aware as we bathe into this energy, exactly what the experience is. The divine and sacred codes of the upper worlds flow in through all parts of you, but moving in, focused, in the compassionate heart, that sacred heart that is within, moving deep within it into the inner sanctum of the Holy of Holies, finding, acknowledging the flame that burns within each, and a divine, sacred, holy connection of a great alchemy now takes place as the illumination flame within each person is ignited even brighter, stronger, and more radiant. For in this illumination flame that can bring more radiance out into the chakra system and into the many bodies, ethereal and beyond, moving emanating, radiating throughout the fullness of your beingness, moving, incorporating, and bringing into the oversoul, the higher self, the multidimensional self, all being touched in the radiance of this eternal moment. And in the radiance of this loving light, the communion of the outer and the inner, the micro and the macro, bringing a union of oneness that bursts throughout the heavens. And you, beloved, in the middle of it all, for you hold the key. You have always held the key of the Sacred Heart, the inner sanctum. That is what that moves you and motivates you and brings you into the service you find yourself, and always brings you back into that higher service of your soul pulse. And so this experience, beloved, that we share with you brings in and anchors more deeply, even as you walk a physical, mental, and emotional world, the highest frequency available of the illuminating flame that is within you, interconnected, and now more fully tethered to the eternal illumination fill that radiates, this flame that radiates and radiates throughout all creation. And continually with each and every sacred in-breath and out, so sacred, so holy, its radiance fills up your lungs and your chest. Its radiance just moves down your arms into your fingers. Its radiance fills your head. It fills your eyes, your nose, your mouth. It fills your scalp, deep into the middle of the brain, to all the organs, all the body systems as it moves through your entire physical, mental, and emotional body. The illumination fill moves. This fire cannot be stopped. And it sparks through the nervous system as great lightning bolts, and into the very crystals of the blood, and into the endocrine system and all physical body parts, chakras, all systems of beingness now being activated into the frequency of the higher illumination flame. An activation because of the flame that exists within you. And you are completely immersed and embraced by this radiance of illumined light. And you are so comfortable in this brilliance and in this experience because it is you. In your highest and greatest expression, this radiance is you. And so you choose now to integrate this experience more deeply into the memory banks of your mind and into the consciousness of each and every cell of your body. That this awareness of the illuminating flame of the sacred heart that's within you is tethered, integrated into the creational illumination flame of the Godhead. And as we breathe the sacred in-breath and out-breath, beloveds, as you sense and feel this loving energy coursing through all parts of your beingness, beyond the physical, mental, and emotional states of your awareness, but throughout the cosmos of your beingness, on many levels, dimensions, and reality bites, illuminating here, you, now, in this moment, all aspects of your being, sending the radiance out to yourself, within yourself, around yourself. And as you do this, your illumined, compassionate heart moves and encompasses all that you are part of and part of you. And so indeed, those closest to you feel this radiance now as it moves through your heart of compassion and unconditional love to all those you love, care about, and are part of your world. Bringing in the illumination flame moves to friends and acquaintances, to community, moves through countries, continents, and moves throughout the entire world. It moves into all of the elements, and so through the water and the mineral kingdom, through the atmosphere, through all the elements of the earth, or bathe with the illumination you send forth through your compassionate heart. You move it and connect with the illumination field that is within the sacred. And so as you receive and you send, so too you send and you receive, creating a circuitry of the sacred heart between heaven and earth. And this illumination flame that moves through your intention, through your heart's dreaming, to all humans upon the earth, to all the animals upon the earth, to all the plants upon the earth, to all the minerals upon the earth, indeed all life forms within and around the earth. You send forth this illumination, and in this illumination, you hold the frequency of the unconditional love that breaks all that binds, the unconditional love that soothes and heals, the unconditional love that awakens, the unconditional love that brings peace. We hold our sacred positions as the Sacred Heart energy moves in and through all beingness we hold within this earth and beyond the earth. remembering that each and every sacred in-breath and out-breath is holy and sacred, this eternal now. Hold your sacred position. Expand this radiance with each and every sacred in-breath and out. Experience the illumination flame within you and around you. Your to bring it as a blessing to others. Know that you are loved. Know that you are loved. Know that your family of light loves you unconditionally. We bring our intention and attention once more to the original symbol, that heart. We bring it clearly into our spiritual eye, as if it's moving past the imprint of it, representing where it is in all aspects of your beingness. We are told to bring this imagery in as a reminder of the love that comes from the Creator, from the family of light, unconditionally. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. And although we can stay in this state of bliss, seemingly forever and ever, there is that part of us in our beingness, always is to the illumination flame, where we hold it within ourselves. And we fly to this world and many, many other worlds, activating we now prepare ourselves for the return. We breathe the great in-breath and out-breath, conscious of its power. All the great radiant ones and the illumination flame from the highest celestial realms to its original position as we begin to draw in our electromagnetic field, and the illumination all around us draws into the inner sanctum of our sacred heart. But as it does, it leaves a residue, and the emanation of the illumination within us is that more anchored and brighter and stronger, affecting all and who you meet and the environment. On the count of 3, we will prepare ourselves to be very awake, alert, and grounded. 1, 2, take a deep breath in, and 3, we are back, awake, alert, and we are very grounded.